Today's class is on buffer solution, buffer action, classification of buffer solution, Anderson-Hasselbalch equation, and buffer capacity, buffer range.
Today, I am starting with the buffer solution. This is also a part of ionic equilibrium. First, we have to define which one is the buffer solution. Buffer solutions are the solutions which has a property to resist the change in pH of a solution after adding a small amount of either strong acid or strong base. Small amount of either strong acid or strong base. That means if we add a strong acid into the solution, it has a tendency to change the pH. In water, the pH is 7. If we add a small amount of strong acid into it, like HCl into it, then it has a tendency to decrease the pH from 7 to 5 and onwards decrease. But this is a solution which has a tendency, buffer solution is such a solution which has a tendency to resist the change in pH. We have added, suppose we have added already a small amount of, not a large amount, small amount of strong acid into it to change the pH from 7 to 5 let. But this solution has a tendency to resist that change. So that means the pH remains fixed. Whatever may be the initial pH, that may be 7, that may be 8, that may be 6, whatever may be, that the pH is remains unchanged. So if we add a small amount of either acid or small amount of base, so acid has a tendency to decrease the pH from 7 to 6, 5, etc. and so on. Base has a tendency to increase the pH from 7 to 8, 9, etc. and so on. But this solution has a tendency to resist the change in pH by adding a small amount of, because already we have added a small amount of either acid or base to change the pH. But this solution has a property which resists the change in pH of this solution, and the action through which it resists the change in pH, that is called the buffer action of the solution. So buffer action is the property of the solution to resist the change in pH of that solution by adding a small amount of either acid or base. Now I am discussing about the classification of such buffer solution. Already we have discussed what is the definition of the buffer solution, which are called the buffer solution. Now buffer solution are again classified into these three types. Number one, acidic buffer, which is a solution of weak acid and its salt of a strong base. Weak acid and its salt of a strong base. See, this weak acid is acidic acid. We give an example here. This is an acidic acid, which is weak acid, maybe any organic acid like lactic acid, like formic acid, whatever may be, but we are taking here the acidic acid as an example, plus salt of a strong base, sodium acetate, because we know that sodium acetate is the salt of acidic acid and sodium hydroxide. We know that acidic acid is a weak acid, but sodium hydroxide is a strong base. So salt of a strong base which can act as a strong electrolyte. So acetic acid and sodium acetate, weak acid and its salt of a strong base is called the acidic buffer, since the weak part is the weak acid, and that's why it is called the acidic buffer. Again, number two is the basic buffer. See, this is a solution of weak base and its salt of a strong acid. See this example, weak base, ammonium hydroxide is a weak base, and its salt of a strong acid like ammonium chloride. Because we know that ammonium chloride is a salt of ammonium hydroxide and HCl. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base and HCl is a weak acid. So ammonium chloride is the salt of a strong acid. So ammonium chloride completely dissociates and hence it can act as a strong electrolyte. That's why ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride mixture is called the basic buffer. Since the ammonium hydroxide is weak base, that's why it is called the basic buffer, because the buffer solution named on the basis of weak part of the substance present in this mixture. Now the third part is the mixed salt of a polybasic solution. Polybasic solution means mixed salt solution, which is the example of this solution is NaH2PO4 and Na2HPO4 solution. See this Na2HPO4, because NaH3PO4 is the polybasic acid, because it is a tribasic acid. So if one hydrogen atom is replaced, then it produces NaH2PO4, and if two hydrogen atoms are replaced, then it produces Na2HPO4, and these two salt solutions may act as the buffer solution. But actually, these two are the mostly important buffer solution. One is the acidic buffer and the second is the basic buffer. Third is the mixed salt solution of a polybasic solution. We have given as the example. Now I am discussing the buffer action. Buffer action of an acid buffer solution. First, I am discussing the buffer action of an acid buffer solution. Let HA plus BA. This is an acid buffer which is weak acid. HA is a weak acid and BA is the strong electrolyte, salt of that weak acid. So HA maintains an equilibrium. We know that as it is a weak acid, so it maintains an equilibrium. During dissociation, it produces H plus, A minus in its aqueous solution. But BA is a strong electrolyte and BA dissociates completely to form B plus and A minus inside the solution. Now, if we add a small amount of H plus, just like strong acid. So if we add a small amount of strong acid into the solution, it has a tendency to change, to decrease the pH. Tendency to decrease the pH. Tendency to decrease the pH of the solution. Now, I am showing how the acid buffer solution resists the change in pH. So, this decrease in pH, say this H plus, so the solution now contains excess H plus ion. This excess H plus ion then combines with A minus because Ba is a strong electrolyte, it produces A minus inside the solution and hence that A minus combines with excess H plus which we have added by using a strong acid small amount from outside. So that A minus combines with H plus to form Ha and thus some amount of H plus gets removed from the water solution. Again, the excess H plus due to the common ion effect, of H plus, common ion effect of H plus ion, the dissociation of Ha decreases. Dissociation of Ha decreases and hence the amount of H plus gets decreased. So thus by adding a small amount of H plus we have a tendency to decrease the pH, but since the excess H plus thus removed by combining with A minus to form Ha, that A minus comes from the excess strong electrolyte and due to the presence of common ion effect of the H plus ion already we have added into the solution. So backward reaction takes place, dissociation of Ha decreases, thus the excess H gets removed and pH remains same, pH remains constant. Again, this is by adding strong acid. Now if we add a small amount of OH minus, that means by adding a strong base, small amount of strong base. Now we know that this has a tendency to increase the pH because by adding a small amount of strong base we try to increase the pH of the solution. Now I am discussing how the acid buffer resists the change in pH of this solution. So OH minus, this OH minus then reacts with H plus because combines with H plus of the weak acid, dissociation it produces H plus. So that H plus combines with excess OH minus which we have added from outside to produce water and thus the OH minus gets removed from the water solution. So how this H plus comes? Again, Ha maintain this equilibrium, dissociates slightly to form the excess A minus H plus. So that H plus combines with OH minus to form H2O. Thus, if H plus is removed by combining with OH minus, so equivalent amount of H plus will be formed by the dissociation of weak acid. Since it is weak acid, so it maintains the equilibrium. Some part of the Ha remains in its molecular state. It dissociates to form again H plus and thus the pH remains constant. So pH thus remains constant of an acid buffer. I am discussing the buffer action of a basic buffer solution. Let basic buffer, we know that BOH, it is a weak base and its salt Ba. So it is a weak base and its salt of a strong acid is the basic buffer solution. Now we know that if BOH is a weak base, so it dissociates to maintain this equilibrium B plus and OH minus, but Ba is a strong electrolyte, so it dissociates completely in its aqueous solution to form B plus A minus. Now, if we add a small amount of H plus ion, a small amount of strong acid from outside, H plus by adding from outside, add small amount, always small amount, because buffer solution has no tendency to resist if we add a greater amount, large amount of H minus or H plus. So always a small amount of H plus if we add from outside, then it has a tendency to decrease the pH, of the solution. Now I am explaining how this basic buffer tends to resist the change in pH of this solution by adding a small amount of buffer, basic solution. Now this tendency to decrease the pH, how it decreases? See this, that H plus then combines with this OH minus, comes from this weak base, so to form water, and hence it removes from the water solution. But the concentration of OH minus, as it combines with excess H plus, which is added from outside to form water, so the OH minus concentration gets decreased. So to maintain this, again BOH dissociates to maintain this equilibrium and generates some OH minus. Thus the pH remains fixed. As it removes the excess H plus already we have added from outside, by removing this, it remains fixed. pH remains fixed. Again, if we add a small amount of OH minus from outside, it has a tendency to increase the pH, pH of the solution. How it resists the change in pH? See this OH minus then combines with this B plus, which comes from the strong electrolyte Ba. So this OH minus combines with B plus of the strong electrolyte to form BOH. Thus this OH minus gets removed. And again, due to the common ion effect, of OH minus, the dissociation of BOH decreases. Thus BOH, less amount of BOH get dissociated to form OH minus. Thus the excess OH minus gets removed and the concentration of OH minus inside the solution remains fixed. Thus pH also remains fixed. So these are called the buffer actions of either acid buffer or basic buffer. Now I am discussing about the pH of a buffer solution. For an acid buffer, this is the pH. For a basic buffer, we have to calculate the pH of the solution. Now, how we can calculate the pH of a buffer solution? Suppose it is an acid buffer, HA plus Ba. HA is the weak acid and Ba is the strong electrolyte, salt of a strong electrolyte of this weak acid. So now HA dissociates to maintain this equilibrium, H plus A minus. This dissociates to maintain this equilibrium. Therefore, Ka, this is the dissociation constant at constant temperature. This value is constant. Dissociation constant of this acid can be represented as concentration of H plus, concentration of A minus divided by concentration of HA. Now, what is concentration of H plus? See this, concentration of H plus comes from the acid. It comes from the acid, and that's why this equal to, it comes from acid. So this equal to concentration of HA, because it comes from acid, this H plus, so it is the concentration of HA. And again, since HA is a weak acid, so its concentration at initial state, concentration means molar concentration always, molar concentration at initial stage is equal to concentration at equilibrium, because it doesn't get dissociate so much large in excess, and that's why So concentration of HA, initial concentration of HA is equal to the initial concentration of this acid, weak acid at equilibrium. Therefore, we can write this concentration of H plus equal to concentration of HA. Now, how this A minus comes? Because we know that A minus comes from both. Concentration of A minus comes from the HA plus concentration of A minus comes from Ba. Concentration of A minus comes from Ba. The salt. This is the Ba because we know that Ba is a strong electrolyte and hence it completely dissociates to form B plus A minus. So A minus comes from Ba also. Now see this, A minus of HA plus A minus of Ba. Since A minus of Ba is far greater than that of A minus of HA, because we know that Ba is a strong electrolyte and HA is weak acid. Therefore, A minus Ba is far greater than that of A minus of HA. So we can write this, instead of A minus HA plus A minus Ba, we can write this approx equal to A minus of Ba, and this equal to concentration of Ba, because the concentration of Ba, because it completely dissociates to generate A minus. So what is the concentration of Ba? That will be the concentration of A minus. So A minus of Ba is equal to concentration of Ba. Now from this expression we can write this. See this. From this expression we can write H plus or H3O plus, we can write also H plus equal to Ka into HA divided by A minus. This is the equation number 1. And from 1, if we take negative logarithm in both the sides, minus log of H plus or H3O plus whatever may be equal to minus log of Ka. Taking negative logarithm in both the sides, minus log Ka minus log HA by A minus. HA by A minus. Now minus log of H plus can be represented as pH. So this equal to minus log of Ka can be represented as pKa. Minus, instead of minus, if we revert this, then plus log of A minus divided by HA. A minus divided by HA. This can be written as pKa plus log concentration of A minus equal to concentration of salt Ba divided by HA. That means pH equal to pKa plus log of salt, concentration of salt by concentration of acid. This is the Henderson equation, Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Thus, for a basic buffer solution, we can also calculate the pOH. For a basic buffer solution, that will be equal to pKb plus, just like this, log of concentration of salt by concentration of base. This is also Henderson's Hasselbalch equation. So pH equal to, for an acid buffer, pH equal to pKa plus log salt by acid. For a basic buffer, pOH equal to pKb plus log salt by base. These are the two equations called the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. By using these, we can calculate the pH or pOH of the buffer solution. Now I am discussing the buffer capacity, but before this I am again explaining because already we have derived this relation pH of the buffer solution from Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. pH of acid buffer is equal to pKa plus log salt by acid, and pOH of a basic buffer equal to pKb plus log salt by acid, salt by base. Sorry, this will be BOH. This will be base, BOH. Now, by experiment, we get this conception that the buffer action will be maximum if or whenever for an acid buffer this ratio Ba by HA, that means concentration, molar concentration of salt by acid, this ratio becomes 1 by 1. So in that case pH equal to pKa, and in case of basic solution, this also from experimental data we have an idea that the buffer action will be maximum. Buffer action will be maximum. Action will be maximum in case of acid buffer. This is the condition. In case of basic buffer, this is also the condition. Ba, that means concentration of salt, by POH, that means concentration of base, becomes 1 by 1. Therefore, in that case also, POH equal to pKb. These are the two conditions. Buffer action will be maximum in these two conditions. Now, the range of buffer action, range of buffer action, range of buffer action can be calculated. From the experimental data, we have seen that this ratio for an acid buffer, Ba by Ha, this ratio for an acid buffer, this ratio lies in between 1 by 10 to 10 by 1. That means for that acid buffer, pH range is equal to pKa plus minus 1, because if we take 1 by 10, Ba by Ha 1 by 10, that will be minus 1. If we take Ba by Ha ratio 10 by 1, that will be plus 1. So the range is pKa plus minus 1. pH equal to pKa plus minus 1. Again, for the basic buffer, this ratio becomes also Ba by BOH, concentration of salt by concentration of base, becomes in between 1 by 10 to 10 by 1. In that case, the buffer action will be applied for that particular solution. So in this case, POH also will be equal to pKb plus minus 1, plus minus 1. These are the buffer actions, range of the acid buffer or basic buffer. We know that all indicators are buffer. All indicators are weak acid. All indicators are weak acid. That's why for any weak acid, we can use this relation also. pH equal to pKa plus minus 1. For an acid buffer, like this, pH equal to pKa plus minus 1. So for an indicator also, if we know the pKa value, the range of pH also will be known to us. Like methyl red, this is the range of this pH, pKa will be equal to near about 5.5. So the range will be 4.5 to 6.5. And in case of methyl orange, the range will be equal to 3.4 something. So the range will be, pH range will be, pKa will be 3.4 something. Therefore pH will be 3.4 plus minus 1, that means 2.4 to 4.4. These two are called that is methyl orange and methyl red are called the acidic indicator. But in case of phenolphthalein, the pKb is near about 8.2, 8.4. Therefore, the range is plus minus 1, 9.4. So range is plus minus 1. That means 8.4 to 10.4. Since the pKb is 9.4, therefore the range is around 9.4. Therefore, the range is 8.4 to 10.4. This is the alkaline range. That's why this is called the basic indicator. So, in our methyl orange, methyl red are the acidic indicator, and phenolphthalein is the basic indicator. Now, I am explaining the buffer capacity. Suppose this is an acid buffer solution. Now, if we add a small amount of acid, like Da amount of acid in 1 liter solution, then suppose the pH decreases by 1 unit. So, to change the pH by 1 unit, if we have to add Da amount of acid in 1 liter solution, then the buffer capacity is equal to D of pH divided by Da with negative sign, since because we know that change in pH will be negative here by adding Da, because the amount of Da increases in 1 liter solution and pH decreases. So for 1 unit change in pH, the amount of acid required to add in buffer solution in 1 liter solution, it is called the buffer capacity of that acidic buffer. Now if it is the buffer solution, then suppose we have to add dB amount of a base in 1 liter solution to increase the pH by 1 unit. See this, in case of base the pH increases, in case of acid pH decreases. That's why it is negative, but it is positive. So the buffer capacity, that means the amount of base, minimum amount of base required in 1 liter solution of a buffer solution to raise the pH by 1 unit. So the definition is the minimum amount of either acid or base is required to change the pH. In case of acid it decreases, in case of base it increases. To change the pH by 1 unit in 1 liter solution is called the buffer capacity. This is called the buffer capacity of that solution. So buffer capacity is denoted by beta. So here beta equal to D of pH divided by dB. So see this buffer capacity, higher the value of beta, stronger will be that means the greater amount. So to change this pH, less amount of base is required. So higher the value of beta, greater amount of less amount of dB is required. If beta increases, that means its buffer capacity is low. If beta increases, that means its buffer capacity of the solution is low. So lower the value of beta, buffer capacity will be maximum.